Welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast, the show for visionary coaches, healers, wellness pros, and small business owners who aren't just here to host another feel-good getaway, but to build a profitable, impactful retreat business. I'm your host, Shannon Jamail, retreat strategist, business mentor, and owner of a 46-acre retreat center. I've hosted over 100 retreats around the world, and I've made every mistake so you don't have to. Each week, we'll dive into the mindset, marketing, money, business, and mechanics behind sold-out, profitable retreats. Plus, hear from expert guests who are walking the talk. Whether you're planning your first retreat or scaling your 100th, you're in the right place. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. It's Shannon today. I want to talk about how to make your retreat a signature brand asset instead of a one-off event, because this can truly change, completely change the way you run your retreat business and honestly, maybe even your entire income model. When you turn your retreat into a signature brand asset instead of this one-time event that you're hustling to fill every time, it becomes a big deal. A one-off retreat drains you. A signature retreat builds you. It builds your business. A one-off retreat forces you to reinvent the wheel over and over and over again, right? You're constantly having to create new graphics, new messaging, new audiences, new marketing. But a signature retreat, it becomes part of your brand. It becomes your community's ritual. It becomes something people plan for, save for, and come back for. This is how you build loyalty, reoccurring revenue, and momentum that grows year after year. So let's get into it. Power of a signature retreat theme. A signature retreat theme is really like the foundation. Almost like if you think of building a house, which I am not a builder, but if you think of building a house, it's the foundation of the house. And it's the thing that your business becomes known for, the transformation, the promise, the vibe, the brand energy. It is the thing that you and your entire identity becomes known for. And this signature theme does three powerful things. The first thing is, and it's probably pretty obvious, is it creates consistency in your messaging. Your marketing becomes easier. Your audience knows exactly what your retreat does for them. Your brand becomes recognizable and memorable. So first, consistency in your messaging. Number two is it builds trust. A theme that's annual tells guests that this works. People obviously are coming back, and it's not guesswork. It is a proven experience. That's a big deal, especially when there's so much noise out there in this industry. Building trust is a really big deal. So having that signature theme is so important for that. Number three, it gives people a reason to return. Believe it or not, humans love tradition. We love rituals, and a retreat with a signature theme becomes a thing. An annual I can speak English, y'all, I swear, pilgrimage, if you will. It becomes this annual pilgrimage. Some examples are the Reset Retreat, Unplug and Reconnect Retreat, Wild Feminine Weekend Retreat, Wellness and Wine Week Retreat, the Inner Strength Leadership Retreat, or even mine, the Women's Wine and Unwind Stress Reduction Retreat. This is important though. Choose a theme that represents your brand identity and a transformation people will want to come back to every single year, right? So keep that in mind as you're thinking about the foundation of this signature retreat, which is the theme. Make sure you're choosing a theme that represents your brand identity. It fits the whole wheel of who you are and all of your offerings, and it offers a transformation people want every single year. Let's talk about how to build an annual retreat that sells out from alumni, because let me tell you a secret. Your easiest, most profitable retreat sales come from alumni. Not cold leads, not warm leads, not strangers on Instagram. Believe it or not, it's alumni. Because alumni know the vibe. They trust you. They've already experienced the transformation. They know you. Listen, I'm just going to be super honest. My alumni are so sacred to me. They are so special. I love everybody. I love all my first timers too. But when an alumni chooses me again, chooses me and my team and our retreat again, that is, I don't take that lightly. That is literally sacred. And so just know how important and how beautiful that alumni experience and circle can be, okay? In order to have this power, right, of the alumni filling your retreats, there's kind of a few steps to think about. The first one is delivering an unforgettable experience the first time. Really every time, because that is somebody's first time, right? And so people won't rebuy mediocre. And you know they're not rebuying less than mediocre. Think of it like a new restaurant that opens and, people are telling you how great this restaurant is. It's so good. You got to go check it out. It's so good. You got to go check it out. And you go and you check it out and you're like, meh, right? This happened to my husband and I just a few weeks ago. There was a new restaurant that opened and we went and we're like, meh. And we talked about it after and we're like, we probably won't go back. We probably won't go back. I mean, there'd have to be some really compelling reason for us to go back. And I can't see us going back. And that's the same thing. So every retreat, you should be delivering an unforgettable experience, which in turn will help create alumni from that experience. Another thing you can do is giving alumni first access to your next year's retreat or your next retreat. That's something that I do. Every time I launch a retreat, especially my international retreats, my alumni get first dibs. They get that early booking window, right? And for you, that could be an early booking window. It could also be priority rooms. It could be small bonuses. If you know me at all, you know I don't do discounts. I don't offer discounts on my retreats. And I have two small exceptions. The first one is military, first responders, and teachers. They do get a small discount. And then also my alumni, they get a small discount. Those are the only discounts that I offer. And because one is very important to me in my heart and how they serve the world. The other is because they chose me and I again, that's sacred to me. And so they're choosing me again and they get a small little discount. But you might be doing discounts or you could do bonuses. Whatever it is, you're making your alumni feel special and you're helping them to grab those spots before you open them to the public. So whatever works well for you and your business model, it's just important to have that little extra in there. The other thing is to create touch points throughout the entire year with your alumni. Whether you're sending them check-in emails, integration prompts, seasonal updates, early sneak peeks, whatever may be the case, you want to keep them connected and that keeps them warm, but you also want to genuinely keep them connected. Some of the things I do is I have a Facebook group that's private for my alumni and I'm constantly in there sharing updates and just information and little motivation and encouragement. I email out a birthday email with a little gift inside. I used to mail out cards, and I'll just be honest with you, my alumni group has gotten so big that we don't do birthday mail out cards anymore, but we do email cards. However, I do a massive mail out about every 2 years with just a little note and token from me in it to all of my alumni, and that brings me so much joy. It's several weeks worth of work, literal physical work, but it actually brings me so much joy when I do that. And so and then honestly, there's just some times where I don't know why an alumni will just come to my brain and like they're on my heart and I will just shoot a WhatsApp message just letting them know that they're on my heart. And so genuine touch points throughout the year just keeps everybody connected and just it keeps them there thinking about you. But they need to be, to me, they need to be genuine. And I think it's just good business practice as well. Okay, let's transition into why one-off retreats keep you hustling. I honestly see so many retreat leaders stuck in this cycle of reinventing everything every time. And it leads to burnout and inconsistent revenue. And even if you shift your demographics and your theme and your promise a little bit, that is a one-off retreat. And it causes a constant marketing reinvention, new messaging every time, not a real loyal base. Because your alumni is so excited about your retreat that they experience, they go tell a friend and they're like, oh yeah, check it out. This is what she does. And they pull you up and they're like, wait, this is different, right? And so they're like, maybe you won't like this one because I don't know what this is. It also creates higher ad spend. Listen, if you're doing ads, if you know anything about ads or you work with an organization, it takes time for an ad to build momentum. Lots of time. And so you have to put so much more money into it if you're constantly changing your retreat theme and messaging. It's a higher emotional labor. It's really just this feeling of starting from scratch, right? You lose predictability, that momentum, brand recognition, possibly returning clients, word of mouth power. You lose all of these things. Yet if you stuck with a signature retreat, it solves all of those problems and then some, right? It solves all of those problems. And one way to help the signature retreat be so successful is to build anticipation year round. Because the biggest retreats, the most profitable retreats, the retreats that completely sell out, they don't start promoting 60 days out. They build anticipation the day the previous retreat ends, or as soon as they know they're going to do the retreat, even if they're not completely ready, they start building anticipation then. And there's a few ways you can do that. First one is share behind the scene moments year round, all year. Photo, traditionals, rituals, testimonials, stories, all of that stuff. Share it year round, not just when you're pitching the sale. Year round. Share that. Maybe use a countdown. Those can be really fun, whether it's actual countdown clocks in your messaging, your website, wherever. Shout outs 6 months until we're back at the ranch, or 50% of the alumni have already saved their spot. Whatever it is, use countdowns. Those just kind of create that anticipation for folks who might be interested. But it also is it creates this sense of urgency. Always keep a running wait list. So if you are not currently taking registrations, maybe either A, you're not ready yet, or B, you just sold out, right? And so you're going to do another one though, right? You would say sold out, join the wait list to be notified of the next retreat. Whatever may be the case, you should always have a way to capture their email and put them on this wait list, and then nurture in your email until you're ready to open up. And then bam, you've got a massively warm lead, right? So always have a running wait list. And then the next thing is talk about your signature retreat in every keynote, live video, podcast interview. You're going to just essentially make it part of your identity. Okay. So no matter what you're talking about, as far as on a blog or a podcast or a YouTube video or whatever, put that signature retreat as part of the conversation somehow. Keep it as part of your identity in everything that you talk about. And then as you're thinking about what you're sharing, they're almost like content pillars, right? You're sharing transformation stories. You're sharing guest spotlights. You're sharing before and after journeys. You're sharing retreat rituals that are done at your retreats. That's part of the signature theme. You're sharing this information so that people are excited. It builds this anticipation. It creates a reason for them to save money for it, to plan for it, to prioritize it. So think of it almost like content pillars. And you can fill these content pillars at your retreat and then use them throughout the whole entire year to get people excited. So content pillars, create folders for them in your phone and on your laptops or wherever you're pulling your information from, but create these content pillars that you can use all year long. And this all feeds into turning your retreat, this signature retreat, into this revenue pipeline, into the whole, we'll call it the whole picture. The retreat becomes part of this whole revenue pipeline. And then they can go both ways. So an example, a signature retreat isn't just this event now. It's maybe the top of your funnel or a part of your funnel, but it can be a very powerful entry point into any other offer you have. And let me give you some examples, right? You might have courses. You might have a membership. You might have coaching, group or personal. You might have a higher ticket mastermind or mentorship. And so the retreat can either feed all of that, or all of that can feed the retreat, depending on how your business model works and how it all flows and the price points, ticket points, offering points, et cetera, and so forth. But for me, a retreat becomes this really great on-ramp to all of these things, because people who meet you in person are 10 times more likely to trust you. To me, it could be 1,000 times more likely to trust you. They've spent time with you in person, right? And so it's like this retreat is the sampler, and maybe the other things are the high ticket offers or main course. Again, it can go both ways, but it becomes part of this revenue model, because retreats create this intimacy and trust, and that trust creates long-term clients, and long-term clients create stable revenue. So just considering how it can become part of this overall revenue pipeline, it's just a powerful, powerful piece of your business. So this is your reminder to stop building random retreats. Consider building a legacy experience. A retreat becomes a brand asset, not a scramble, not a one-off, not a maybe this will work. it becomes something people talk about, return to, plan their year around, tell their friends about. It becomes a thing, a big deal, okay? And if you want help turning your retreat into this year-round revenue engine, building sustainable, profitable, repeatable experiences, join us at the Retreat Industry Forum in May. I hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in to the Retreat Leaders Podcast. If you love this episode, please make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your retreat besties. Want more support? Grab free resources at theretreatleadersplaybook.com. Until next time, lead boldly, serve deeply, and retreat profitably.